Okay, how do we make these again? Hey guys, sorry I haven't posted a video in a long time. I've been busy with a thing. Getting married and stuff. OMG, so married right now. Aspiring bloggers, there is hope. I believe in you. But for real, I'm sorry I haven't posted anything for a while, and you can forgive me, I'm sure. Or not and be a jerk. In which case, I'm not gonna miss you. You smell, and the next time you get coffee and ask for cream, I hope they put milk. So anyway, leaving for the honeymoon tomorrow. I should say like some stuff. A little bit of news. As usual, we start with the Leafs. Cody Franson avoids salary arbitration, signs a one-year, $3.3 million deal. Personally, I've been hearing some things, and it sounded like he was gonna get more. So you gotta wonder, how bad is salary arbitration exactly? Because from what I've heard, teams are usually like, yeah, we're down. And players are like, please take hundreds of thousands of dollars out of my pocket just so I can avoid this craziness. Your own team basically goes, here's why he stinks. A lot of people grumbling out there because that's what we do nowadays. The problem with signings, and I don't know if we've talked about this in the videos, but I have mentioned it before on the podcast, I don't think opinion has caught up with inflation yet. For example, Elliot Friedman recently tweeted that the Leafs had considered trading Joffrey Lupul, but they didn't want to get rid of a guy who they're paying $5.25 million a season who's gonna score about 25 goals. Some of you might go, but that's what you pay a guy who scores 25 goals. You need like one good year. A bunch of guys only need like one solid playoff run and they're set. Or if you're Jeff Finger, just wait for a team to think you're another guy. Cody Franson had 33 points last season as a defenseman. Only 41 other defensemen had 33 or more points last season. So let's say NHL teams average using about 8 defensemen a season. When you consider how many teams have to dip into the 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th defenseman because of injury, that's probably undershooting it. So 8 defensemen times 30 teams, that's 240 defensemen, and Cody Franson did something that only 41 others did. You can talk about whether or not you want him on the Leafs, that's fine, but he's worth that amount of money. He might be worth more. I was a pretty frequent critic of his during the season because he got caught a lot. I thought he was at his worst with Gleason because one of them, didn't matter who, would get caught up the ice and the other was hopeless getting back. I just think he needs to be with a quick, observant partner. Let that be the question of the video. Who should Cody Franson play with? And does this kind of money mean that the Leafs are going to trust Franson more and use him more? I doubt it, because he's already third amongst Leafs defensemen in average ice time behind Phaneuf and Gardner. But they're probably not going to carry 7 defensemen per game like they did for the back half of last year, because it sounds like they're actually going to use their 4th line this time. So, for the Leafs, in terms of big standouts, you got Gardner and Reimer. And that's also assuming that the Leafs aren't just going to trade Franson now that he's signed. And I mean, they still have time to trade Gardner or Reimer, so we'll see. I don't know, there's just something about this team where I look at the moves they've made, I'm happy with most of them, and I still don't think they're necessarily better. This isn't a criticism, there's something incomplete about this Leafs offseason. That doesn't mean I'm disappointed, that means I think they're not done. One thing they've done with some pretty decent success in recent years is wait, and nab a guy in like August or something who's looking for a deal. Clark MacArthur was a guy who Atlanta walked away from. The Leafs nabbed him for a couple very useful years. Mason Raymond made the team on a tryout. Paul Ranger didn't really work out, but at $1 million he was worth the risk and you didn't have to rush any of the kids. So assuming Franson stays, assuming the Leafs lock up Gardner, and assuming they lock up Reimer, they could get another guy. Some people are still talking about Nylander making this team, which, really? I mean, that'd be a lot of fun. And at the end of the day, that's what I want. Fun! I mean, winning's fun. How about I ask you that? Is there anyone still out there that you would like to see the Leafs take a run at? Try to be reasonable because they don't have that much space. And if you're gonna go with an expensive guy, well, how about you tell us how you do that? I know at the beginning of this video I said, let's start with the Leafs. I'm gonna end there too. I'm so tired and I have very little voice left. You see, the thing about weddings is they're a party. And there are usually drinks at those parties. And at this particular party, there were Scottish people. And oftentimes your friends are at these parties, and sometimes those friends take you to a toga party until 4 in the morning the night before your wedding. What were they thinking? You're stupid. Why didn't you just say no? You don't know my friends. So, tell me how your hockey summer's going. Now I'm gonna go on my honeymoon, San Francisco, go get some wine on the way down to LA and Anaheim and have some fun. If you have any tips, let me know. Is the Stanley Cup parade still going? It would be a Toronto one. That's it for this one. Thank you very much for watching. Click like if you like this video. Click subscribe if you really liked it. Tell all your friends, and thank you very much for all the congratulations and everything you sent on Twitter, Facebook, Tumblr, all that stuff. She's a good one.